The King of Bhutan broke this centuries-old tradition for his beloved wife. Their love story was a real struggle. The King and Queen of Bhutan are one of the most beautiful royal couples in the world. The world's media call them Kate and William of the East. People in their country value ancient customs. But Jigme Khesar, the King of Bhutan, was against a custom and proved his true love by not following it. Their love story makes people cry all over the world. Between China and India in southern Asia is where the Kingdom of Bhutan is situated. The land of the Thunder Dragon is how Bhutan is referred to. The country has a population of less than 1 million people. Although there are no historical records from that time, there is evidence that Bhutan was populated as early as 2000 BC. This evidence includes stone tools, weaponry, elephants, and the remains of enormous stone constructions. Bhutanese citizens are traditional and respect their nation's traditions. Here, national television first debuted in 2002. King power is enormous in this constitutional monarchy that governs the nation. In 2006, the young King Jigme Khesar ascended to the throne. 5 years after his coronation, he married Jetsun Pema, who became the youngest queen consort in the world. She was 21 at the time, and her husband was 31. They have since been referred to as one of the most attractive royal couples in the world. They frequently go to significant events together and have 2 kids. Because they broke a long-standing convention with some of their activities, their relationship is rare in Bhutan. Many years ago, the future King of Bhutan and his future wife had their first encounter. He was 17 years old at the time, while Jetsun Pema was just 7 years old. Many of the king's friends were invited to a royal celebration, where they met. When the prince spotted the girl, he made a joke about how he would someday marry her. Nobody took it seriously since no one could imagine how they would be connected. A huge 10 years separated them in age. Jetsun Pema was also not a member of a royal family. Basically, her father was a pilot. Soon, everyone forgot about this incident. The prince went abroad to study at universities in the USA and Great Britain. He defended his dissertation in political science at Oxford. His future wife had also received a good education by that time. She first studied in India and then graduated from London Regent's College with a degree in international relations. Living abroad most likely significantly altered the young prince's mindset. He had a different perspective on many of his country's customs when he got back home. He did not find the old Bhutanese custom of having numerous women, for instance, to be alluring. In 1979, his father, Jigme Khesar Wangchuck, the 4th King of Bhutan, married 4 women simultaneously. Each of his marriages had a sibling. However, it was accepted as a long-standing custom in Bhutan, where everyone was content with it. This marriage was accepted as valid under both state and religious law, as per the regulations of the Kingdom of Bhutan. There has been a unique sort of polygamy practiced in the Kingdom of Bhutan for many years. A man immediately marries a woman's sisters when he weds her. 5 sons and 5 girls were born to the king's 4 wives, totaling 10 offspring. Jigme Khesar is one of them. The sisters still take part in royal life today and frequently appear together at official ceremonies. How this family's relationships progress is unknown to us. But if this kind of union worked out well, Prince Jigme would want to follow in his father's footsteps. He made the definite decision to only have 1 wife, though. When he met Jetsun, he knew that she had 2 sisters, and they were all as beautiful as her. But he was sure that he didn't need several wives. He realized that this ancient polygamy custom was outdated. Thus, King Jigme broke a centuries-old tradition. But no one blamed him for this. Everyone understood that this was true love and admired the young, beautiful couple. However, the king also violated some centuries-old traditions during the wedding ceremony. He kissed the bride on the lips in front of everyone, which, for them, was special. But in Bhutan, it is not customary to express feelings in public, even at your wedding. Young people should not engage in public display of affection or even kiss. Jigme was the first monarch in the history of Bhutan to engage in such a thing in public. Other Bhutan customs were also altered by the new king and queen. For instance, they are now more sociable. They are accessible to the general public and can be contacted for requests or, for instance, to offer congratulations on the birth of a child. They embarked on a national tour and engaged in social activities right after their wedding. The young queen frequently makes trips to kindergartens, hospitals, and schools. A long-standing custom dictates that the monarch and queen should keep their distance from one another in public. However, at all events, Jigme holds Jetsun by the hand and does not move away from her. He often says good things about her and calls her a kind and intelligent person. It's so touching that sometimes people get emotional when they see their bond. But the most incredible thing happened in 2016. The king attended the birth of his first son. After 5 days, the parents shared a photo of their baby. The couple was happy that they had their first child. This, too, was new to Bhutan. This is such a brave action because, in this country, it is not customary to show your personal life. For example, the fourth king of Bhutan, Jigme Khesar Wangchuck, always hid his wives and children from the public. Everyone found out that he had 4 wives only 9 years after the wedding. 4 years later, Jigme and Jetsun had a second son. The king and queen of Bhutan go on tours of the country's villages with their children. They also have Instagram accounts and openly share details of their lives on social media. It is quite difficult to comprehend that this country did not even have television 20 years ago. Many of the rigorous regulations in his state were ignored by the king. However, his popularity did not start to decline. Many citizens are certain that he will be able to advance the nation. Jigme Khesar has made it possible for the old Buddhist country to modernize.